I think one can become wildly and beautifully excited and ecstatic just by what one is thinking. When I was about 14 or 15, my love of the physical sciences, of physics and chemistry and geology and astronomy, got displaced but not annihilated by a rising love of biology and by Darwin. Darwin saw evolution and natural selection as having determined the diversification and the development of life on Earth. And that's why Stephen Jay Gould was also such an important influence in my life, someone who reminded me incessantly that nothing in biology made sense except in the light of evolution and chance, contingency. He put everything in the context of deep evolutionary time. I love the sense of evolutionary history. My mother was a comparative anatomist as well as a surgeon, and would always refer to precursors and vestiges. And so I never had the sense of human beings as, as something separate from the animal kingdom. I sort of feel my kinship with starfish and jellyfish, and all of them are brother animals. When I was at UCLA, one of my chiefs wrote a paper on what was then called, what is still called, palatal myoclonus. This form of myoclonus is a rhythmic pulsing movement, and it can affect the palate, it can affect the eardrum, and it can affect some of the so-called strap muscles in the neck. And one says, why these three places? Do they have anything in common? They do. They are the remnants of the gill arches of fish. And what one is seeing is probably the mechanism for gill movement still present, a sort of Darwinian vestige in the brainstem 400 million years after we emerged from the sea. I like to tell this to creationists when I meet them. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. My generation is on the way out, and each death I have felt as an abruption, a tearing away of part of myself. There will be nobody like us when we are gone, but then there is nobody like anybody, ever. When people die, they cannot be replaced. They leave holes that cannot be filled. It is the fate, the genetic and neural fate of every human being to be a unique individual, to find his own path, to live his own life, to die his own death. Even so, I am shocked and saddened at the sentence of death, and I cannot pretend I am without fear. But my predominant feeling is one of gratitude. I have loved and been loved. I have been given much, and I have given something in return. I have read and travelled and thought and written. I have had an intercourse with the world, the special intercourse of writers and readers. Above all, I have been a sentient being, a thinking animal on this beautiful planet. And this in itself has been an enormous privilege and adventure. So that's it.